Hi everyone, I'm Nido King, and last time on Underhero we found this weird underground lab below the castle. It's got robots, and Timbolt seems to be the one who knows the most about what's happening here. Or maybe it's Tim. So let's proceed. We've got a long way up. Alright, well, clearly we're gonna have to find those robots, although I didn't pass any on the way here, and there weren't really a whole lot of options in terms of ways to go. I'm not really sure why the facility needed to be locked down, because we can't get back up the way we came anyway. But here is our first Polidroid. Obviously, since it's flying, we can pretty much only shoot it. And those lasers are tougher to dodge than they look. And it's released some kind of mine. We can't destroy it, but we can hit it to make it turn, and try to make sure that the light things aren't pointing in our direction. And it's a little hard to tell, but those flashes are the Polidroid taking our picture, I suppose, and doing about 6 HP of damage. This one we can read afterwards. Indeed, this is Tiber's laboratory. And we get a handy map of just this room. There are actually 2 buttons to raise and lower the water level. And like the note said, this is going to be our way of getting around the facility. So, having raised the water level, we certainly want to go back to the previous room, because now we can get to the coins that we saw down here, and potentially even some other cool stuff. Look at all those boots! Yeah, I was pretty sure there was another stamina upgrade somewhere, and there might be a third one, because most of the upgrades come in 3s, I just don't remember. We can also get up above that laser, so we're not threatened by it, and we can grab a bunch of extra coins. We can also head back toward the entrance, but that's as far as the rising water gets us at this point. Now, there may very well be something if you raise the water to the highest level and swim all the way back. I doubt it's going to be worth it, so I didn't bother. I might check again at some other point. I don't imagine this is going to be a 100% run anyway. So now we can get to the 2 doors that are listed at level 1. And we're clearly going to need to raise the water level in this room to get through. But we can climb up the ropes, or rather the dangling wires. The nice thing is, if you manage to hit it while it's charging the laser, it'll stop charging. So with enough stamina, you can actually kind of pin that thing down. But if you don't have enough stamina, you're gonna get hurt. That laser bomb isn't even gonna be a threat, so I'll just keep attacking. And once again, it took a picture and caught me off guard. So yeah, here we're learning a lot about what Tiber has been doing all this time. And once we've raised the water level, we'll be able to swim under the conveyor belts and get to the passage below the spikes here. Yeah, I actually need to be careful, because even though they're only doing a couple HP of damage, it's starting to add up, and I'm not very good at fighting the polar droids. Fortunately, all the laser fire is coming in fairly predictable patterns. I may not be very good at dodging them, but I know where they're coming from. And there's the Ittermon. So now things get more complicated. We've got to remember two different pairs of symbols. And it's always a bit of a gamble to use the hammer, but it worked out this time. So yeah, the password this time was mind spelled backwards, and they do all end up in the notebook. So now we're back here. The conveyors are going in the right direction to push us along. And the water is up at level 2, so we can get to those upper doors without having to make our way up and hit the switches that are up there. So I guess while I'm here, I might as well check out this door. Now that I think of it, my health is getting pretty low. I probably should have gone back for a refill. And that mine is going to strike in all 4 directions. I thought ducking would get me under it, but I guess not. And at this point, even the healing that my potion gives me isn't recovering all that much, because they're doing 16 hit points with every laser strike. The ultimate capitalist thought. Reproduction as a means of labor. So I'm going to take the high road first. Alright, so let's check out what's down here. I'm going to have to climb up the ledges to get to the far left side of the room. But yeah, there's stuff down in the water that we definitely don't want to miss. Okay, let's be a little more careful this time. Not run right into the laser beams. Alright, finally a map, and the water goes all the way up to level 3 here. So we're gonna have to find our way up there. And now we've got pounders. I don't think I want to get hit by those. Okay, one set of hazards successfully avoided. And a checkpoint just in case I really screw this part up. Alright, so there are some coins up there I could have gotten. And this lever reverses the direction of all the conveyor belts, so I can go back for them, but I don't really care about it at the moment. I want that chest. But the conveyors move so fast you don't even have the opportunity to jump off. And the spikes really hurt. Okay. So I think I've got the measure of this room. We'll go get the coins. And I can't jump across to the upper ledge directly from there. And I can't make that jump either, so time to heal up, I think. And just make my way up from here. Alright, so now we can maneuver a little bit more. I could go up there or to the left. I think the left is the safer option. Yeah, it looks like both ways will eventually lead to the door far on the far right side of the room. And again, a row of spikes that I don't think I can get on top of. Although I'm going to try for far too long. I'm pretty sure there's nothing up there anyway. So probably about time to stop trying, stop falling off, eventually, and just see where the conveyor belts will ultimately take me. So we have another lever to reverse the conveyor belts. I need to do that to progress across the top. And we'll just go ahead and run with it. More lasers, but this time there's absolutely no threat. Kinda want to see if there was something on the left, but I've climbed up enough times. I'm getting a little tired of it. Alright, so this will take us to the door. And I can't get any farther to the left because the conveyor belts are running the wrong way. So as it is, I think I'm going to get back to the save room where there's coffee and a vendor who can restock all of my potions. So this is the way to raise the water all the way to the highest level. I don't think it's particularly going to help me in terms of getting through that room to the left, but it'll certainly help in other parts of the facility. And those levers don't have anything to do with the direction of the conveyors. They just lower these wires so that I can climb back up even when the water level is lowered. Meanwhile, we come out right back where we started. And I think I have had enough of fighting robots on very low HP. Of course, I have to check over here while the water level is at its highest. I don't really want to have to go all the way back there, do I? And there is clearly something way up at the top that I have to raise the water all the way up in order to get to. So I'll just try not to get hit. And there's a lot of stuff below these conveyors that I can't reach. A polar droid that I thankfully don't have to fight because they don't work underwater. And lasers that I actually do have to bother to dodge. They're really not all that difficult. And I probably shouldn't be fighting this guy on the health that I've got. But I don't think these are all that difficult when you know what you're doing. Unfortunately, whether you can get a hammer attack off is just kind of an arbitrary matter of timing. Actually, that was really easy. I'm glad I took so many attack upgrades. So we've got passwords in and mined. And fortunately we don't have to walk all the way back. Alright, definitely not going to attempt to proceed at the moment. Suppose I don't really need to lower the water level, but I don't think there's anything else that I can do while it's up at the highest level, so we'll just set it back to 2 before heading back down. And I'm actually going to pay for the potion refill here, because none of the enemies are going to drop them, and I have a feeling 2 won't be enough. So now I've got what it's going to take to survive, and there shouldn't be much unread stuff in the journal since I checked it mid-video, so I'll see you all next time.